Hello, hello, and welcome back to the Pure Nintendo podcast. This is your weekly dose of all things Nintendo. My name is Gemma, and joining me this week, I have my two excellent friends. I would like to introduce first, drumroll, Trev. How are you, Trev?
Hey, I am doing pretty good. Thank you for asking, and hope you're doing good too, Gemma, and
Yeah,
everyone who's
amen.
listening. Hope you're all doing good.
Yes, indeed. And welcome back, Kirk. How are you this week?
I am good. Everything Trev just
Excellent.
said. Why not?
Nice. What a positive way to start. We have a lot to talk about this week. It is a big week for Mario fans. We've just had the Mario Wonder Switch 2 edition released, and the Mario Galaxy movie is out this week. We've got a cool demo that I don't know if we've tried it. Some of us might have tried it, but definitely to talk about a few game announcements, Kirk's Corner, and the games that we're playing, of course. A very healthy list there to go through. Let's kick things off with Super Mario Wonder Switch 2 edition and meet up in Belleville Park. I think I finally got my mouth around the name, Trev. I have been playing this one. I'm going to take a stab and say, no, Kirk probably hasn't. Trev.
Am I so transparent?
Trev, I don't think you would have had time anyway because you've been away. So I'm going to say you haven't either. Will that be correct?
That is correct. I have
Correct.
not.
That's okay. Well, I have been giving it a good go. I'm reviewing this one. I did get a code. Thank you to Nintendo Australia for this. I have been very excited. In our magazine, I did put this as my most looked forward to game for the Switch 2 this year that we knew about. And, it could have been Yoshi or it could have been Fire Emblem, but we covered that. Other people covered that. We wanted to cover different games. But I am a big Mario fan. So I definitely was looking forward to this, and I have been enjoying my time with it. I will just go through some of the details because we had questions before it was released. I think Trev and I especially, we had questions about how the Koopaling stuff worked, and a few of the other mechanics. But it's actually really good. I'm really enjoying my time with it. I think the Koopaling stuff is probably the most important thing to talk about. It really does start off with that. Like the whole thing kicks off with a story, an introduction to what the Koopalings are up to, what they're doing. They're stealing these, Bell flowers, and the Toad Brigade is there to kind of help you chase them down and catch them. I think I've done 4 of the Koopalings now, so I'm sort of halfway. I think there are 8 flowers to retrieve. Obviously, there are only 7 Koopalings though, so I don't know what the 8th battle will be. I don't know whether they all get together at the end and you do a big final, boss fight or something. Not sure. But essentially, what is happening is you're going to each of the worlds in the game. So, World 1 is Petal Isles. You find the little Toad camp. You talk to the Toad there, and you go and do a level that's been taken over by Koopaling. And first up is Wendy, and so she has used these Bell flowers. They kind of act like the Wonder Seeds, where everything changes. And so, in that one, for example, Wendy becomes like a giant fish, one of those giant fish you see in Mario games. And there's fish all over the screen. There's lots of things happening. It's not a new level, as in it is a what do you call it? Like a remixed level, but it's different enough, and especially if you've completed it 2 years ago, like I had, it feels new anyway. But it is very different, and it is quite challenging. I will say it's more challenging than it is without the Koopaling's presence, and they get harder as they go along. So Wendy's one is relatively easy, and then you do I think Lemmy and Iggy and Roy, and it just gets a bit harder each time. And it's really fun. It's very creative, I will say. I think Mario Wonder has this going for it already, where those Wonder Seeds change levels and make things very dynamic and interesting, right? We all remember that. You don't know what's going to happen at the end of the level. And so the same thing kind of happens with the Koopalings. They do new and different things. I think Roy, was it? Or was it Iggy? Iggy might have become a ghost, and there's all these ghost fish flying at you and little ghost Roys flying. Oh, sorry, not Roy. Is it Roy? I think it was Roy who was a ghost. Anyway, whatever. The point is, lots of different things are happening. It does keep you on your toes. I was able to beat all 4 fairly quickly, but they were challenging enough, I think. And I'm looking forward to more challenging levels coming up because these are the first 4. As we get through to 5, 6, 7, it does give that little star rating. So I think we're up to star 3 now. So we'll get to 3 and 4, in the next few. Does it go up to level 5? Do they have 5-star game levels in this game? Trev, do you remember? I can't remember.
I don't remember.
Yeah, so I'm actually really liking it, and the other part of it, well, there's 2 other parts of it. There's the Toad Brigade, which is kind of your training camp business, and that is also pretty robust and pretty challenging, actually. That's actually a lot harder than the Kooplings. I've had to redo a lot of those, which is good because I wanted a challenge. And then there's the Bellabelle Park, which is your multiplayer stuff. And I have to say, I've had a lot of fun with some of these games. I was going to say Trev for some reason. You and I have not been playing this. Hayden and I have been playing this. Hayden, my son. Unless you were secretly online playing with me, Trev. Hayden.
Incognito.
No. Yeah. Because, I think you might have mentioned this, Trev, something you liked about this game was those little ghost people that are walking around. Do you remember that?
Oh, like the other people who are playing?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, and so when you're doing the Toad Brigade stuff and the Coupling stuff, you'll see, is it the Coupling stuff? You'll see the ghost, if you have your online turned on, you'll see other people playing at the same time as you. And it's really neat because you feel connected and they're shadow, or they're ghost-like, like they're transparent. But I remember doing this one Toad Brigade level, like camp, whatever it's called, Camp Brigade, wow, whatever the term is. And there was this little Mario character, ghost character, who was doing it at the same time. And I swear he was waiting for me because I kept falling down. And you can become a little ghost, and then you can float up, and people can like rescue you, and you can continue from where you died. And he or she, I don't know. Just I'm saying he because it was Mario, but I don't know who the player was. That person was going forward and then waiting for me, and I would catch up. And then if I died, that would help me. And they also died once, and I helped them. And it was just a really nice feeling. I have no idea who they were. Shout out to the Mario character who helped me. Thank you. I just thought that was really nice. And Bellabelle Park, Hayden and I have been playing it, and I laughed so much in some of these levels. Like we were just having an absolute blast. Some of the Fanto tag stuff, it's just crazy because you really can't see where someone is. And sometimes if you're the one hiding, so in Fanto tag, if you remember from the trailer, one person is like it, and you have to tag everyone else with this Fanto mask. And whoever's the one who's it at the end is the loser or whatever. If you're not it, you can disguise yourself as something in that level, and it might be a coin, it might be a flower. You don't choose; it's just whatever that level has as your item. But it's very easy to lose yourself if you're hiding. So I hid as a coin, and there's one level where the coins are just spinning around and around. And so you're spinning around and around. You have no idea which coin you are. I was just laughing just my head off. It's like, I don't know where I am. And Hayden's trying to find me before the timer runs out, and then it starts counting down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And he's like trying desperately to catch me. It's actually really fun. It's really, really fun. So I hope people are enjoying it. I hope everyone else is having as much fun as I am. Trev, will you be getting this one? Because I know you were a fan of Wonder itself, and I know you like these multiplayer kind of games, but how do you feel about it? Are you interested? Are you going to wait and see?
I'll probably wait till I have company that maybe want to
Mm-hmm.
play it.
Yeah.
It's not something I feel in a rush for with just me
Mm.
and Jen. We'd rather play the main game than. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad to know that they're the multiplayer games that you're having fun with them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll have to try the online stuff. I haven't tried that yet. Like I've seen the ghost people, like I said, but I haven't tried. There's online attractions that you can do. We've just done we just played 2-player. There's co-op ones which are really fun. Like the donut building one was really fun and chaotic as well. And Hayden, he's 12, right? So he's a kid and he's just speed running and making me draw donuts on the screen as fast as I possibly can. So it's just like he kind of makes it fun as well. So, but you can kind of just you do your own thing, right? You usually have a timer, and it's just there's a challenge, but it's really fun and it's kind of quirky as well. So, Kirk, I know we talked about you were asking whether this would be a New Year's thing for you. Have you heard anything else about it? Does what I say make you want to play it? Or how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I think so. I think I'm like Trev. I'm not going to grab it right away. But come New Year's or next time we're all together and looking for some kind of multiplayer game to play, sure we can add this to Mario Party and Shaun the Sheep.
Shaun the Sheep.
Oh yeah,
That's
great
cool.
party game. Give it a shot.
On the Switch?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Well,
My
that's
son
right. You
loves Shaun the
reviewed
Sheep.
it, didn't
Yeah.
you?
yeah.
I forgot about
I'm gonna have
that.
to check that out. My son loves Shaun the Sheep, so as do I. Yeah, that's cool. Do you have any questions about the Switch 2 edition? I covered it fairly quickly, but
Were you? I don't know if this is a spoiler. I didn't see it in the notes, but
Mhm.
were you able to try out any of the new amiibo? Do they have specific functionality yet?
Oh, I should have done that, sorry. I do have the amiibo. I did get them, and they're still currently boxed. I need to open them. I saw that there is amiibo connectivity. I haven't tried that yet. I'm sorry. I don't know.
Oh, no worries. I
I will try
like.
that.
Can you scan them from the box, or is there like a
I don't know,
pre-lock?
actually. I've never tried to.
Hmm.
Maybe. Because the box, the bottom of the box, like, it's just the plastic, so it's pretty thin where the base of the amiibo is, right? So maybe I could try that. I probably would just open them. Like I did that a while ago where I had heaps of box amiibo, but it was just taking up too much room. And
Yeah.
also they just look a bit nicer when they're on the shelf, not in their box. I can't keep them all in the box, can I? And I don't think they're ever going to be worth $1,000 or anything. So
I've unboxed everyone I have, so. But I
yeah,
know some
yeah,
people like to like. I think Kaylin like to keep hers in
mm,
boxes. So teach their
yeah,
own.
yeah, exactly. If you've got the room, sure. What about are yours boxed, Kirk?
No, 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 no,
No.
no. I think, in fact, if you're keeping it in the box, you should not be allowed to scan it.
Okay.
Like, you shouldn't get the benefit of the game if you're not willing to open it and you're just planning on eventually selling it instead of looking at it and enjoying it for the rest of your
Mm.
life.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a fair point. I think that that makes sense. I will open them and I will try that, in time for my review at least. So I'm hoping to get this one out pretty quickly. It is, it's easier to review in a way because it's not necessarily a full game, but there's a lot to do, which I think I'm impressed enough with the amount of content, because we've talked about, Switch 2 editions being, are they worth it? I see it as DLC, so I see it as being extra content that I'm okay. Like, I know I didn't pay for it, sorry, but I absolutely would have paid for this because I'm a huge Mario fan, so I certainly would have bought this.
How much is it if you pay for it?
I believe it's 20 in the US and
Okay.
30 in Australia, I think is the price that I saw. So that's what I've been led to believe. Yeah. And I mean, people then complain about, well, the Switch 2 edition is now very expensive because the Switch 2 edition is the Switch 1 edition and the DLC, right? So it's expensive for the full game with the extra content.
Oh.
But if you've got the first one already, you're only paying that $20. So that seems fine to me. I don't know how many people would buy the full game now who haven't already got it because it is, an existing game. How many years old is it now? 3, 4 years old? Yeah, I don't know. It goes on sale. I would just pick up Wonder when it's on sale and then get the DLC if you haven't already got it, maybe. But
Yeah,
like
I
I
feel
said,
like a lot of
yeah,
people are doing that with Switch One games because they can get them cheaper.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
and then they'll
exactly.
just get it from the shop, or I guess if you're a real collector, sometimes you can buy cards
Hmm.
that'll give you an upgrade. Like I did that with Kirby and the Forgotten Land. I knew I was
Mm.
going to upgrade it, so I'm like, oh, I'll just get this little card, and then I can put it in the case, and it's something physical, even though it's just cardboard. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I'm really enjoying my time with it. I will write up my review, so watch out for that. Let us know, listeners, if you're playing it, if you're enjoying it. One thing I did like, you know how it's called Meet Up in Bell Bell Park? At the end of your sort of battle with one of the Koopalings, you talk to Captain Toad, and there's a Poplin character as well you talk to, and Toad sort of says, "Thank you for doing that. Let's meet up in Bell Bell Park." And I'm like, that's why it's called that. I like that little, just that little. I don't know. I just like it for some reason. Sure, Toad. Let's meet up in Bell Bell Park. Let's go.
you'll like it until you go to do the SEO optimization for your review.
Yeah, I will get penalized because it's too long. It's fine. It's fine. No, and there's lots of other things like the band is very cute. In the trailer we saw that you can grow flowers with this water. Um, that's really satisfying and very easy. You don't have to wait. There's no kind of cool down. The water makes the flowers instantly bloom. There are a lot to collect, and there are a lot of greetings. For example, I can't remember the number, but there were well over 100. It was a lot. And then there's these instruments you can collect, and as the band grows, it's walking around playing. It's just these little touches that I think are really sweet, and I think the detail that's gone into this game, even before it was the Switch 2 edition, it is very detailed. Like, you walk around the levels and there's little poplins doing things. And I can't believe I did this. I went to the desert world and I had missed a level somehow. And I'm like, well, I thought I'd 100%ed this game, but no, I had not. I found levels I hadn't done. So that was another bonus. I'm like, because I'm looking for the Toad Brigade. There's a little, the little tent. And I'm like, where is this thing? I can't find it. And I actually had to do another level to get to it. I'm like, oh, that's cool. So yeah, for me, there was even more. So more to do, which is nice. Anyway, let's move on because we have a lot to cover. But yeah, definitely enjoying my time with it. In other Mario news, this is the week that Super Mario Galaxy movie is being released, April the 1st. I wanted to check when you guys were seeing it. Have you got tickets? What's your plan? Trev?
I don't have tickets. I'm debating if I'm going to see it opening day, which is Wednesday. So 2 days after this podcast airs, or if I'm going to wait till Friday. And if I do that, we may have to record the podcast next Saturday. So I don't know. I'm going to see it opening week though. So
oh, cool. Yes. We'll do it on Wednesday if you can, because I can't record on Saturday next week.
Oh no, that's right. You said that. I forgot. Okay,
that's okay.
No pressure.
No pressure. No pressure. Kirk, what's your plan?
I'm gonna mess this up too, because our plan right now was to see it on Saturday, so I could record Friday or Saturday because we'd see it Saturday afternoon. But if we record Friday night, I will not have seen it yet.
Okay.
So
yeah, it's my fault then, isn't it? It's because I'm going away on Sunday my time, which is Saturday night.
Oh, no, I mean, it's my fault. Well, we got 3 days in there where I could be seeing it, but Max has track. So.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, okay. Well, okay, that's fine. I'm seeing it on Friday here, my time, which would be, I guess, Thursday night your time. Is Easter this weekend for you guys?
No, next week.
Yeah, I don't remember.
So it's a week later for you?
Right.
Okay. Because like Friday, the 3rd, Friday the 3rd, is Good Friday here. So yeah. So I'm seeing it on the Friday. The cinemas are open on Good Friday. So I've already booked my tickets. Looking forward to it. Very excited. The Nintendo Today app, have you guys checked out what they're doing over there? Because it's been taken over by the movie. So they have the cards that we talked about a few weeks ago. They are still doing the collector cards. They've been doing a countdown, which I've been posting on Blue Sky, and they yesterday or last night had like a video. I haven't had a chance to watch it, but some sort of world premiere red carpet thing. I don't know if you guys saw that at all. Did you?
No.
Okay. That's fine. I didn't either. So I didn't get a chance to. But it looks like it's being hyped up big time. And obviously it's only a couple of days away now. But the thing, the really out of the blue thing that sort of happened was that Nintendo posted a picture of Star Fox being in, Fox McCloud from Star Fox being in the Mario Galaxy movie. And did you guys see this?
Yes.
Trev, did you? Because you were away. Did you see it?
I became aware of it. I saw like a headline or something, but I didn't click on it to learn more because I didn't really want to learn anymore.
Yeah, well, that was a question I was going to ask you. Sorry, Kirk, what were you going to say?
Well, Sam, my son, he's got, I don't know if they're internet theories, if it's just him. He's been pushing the idea that Star Fox was going to be in this movie because he says that's leading to a whole Smash Brothers thing that they could do in the next one. And I don't know if this is like a whole bunch of people or just dreaming from him, but that's his ultimate goal on this is we bring in Star Fox and now we can bring in anybody, that's in Smash Brothers and do like a whole subspace emissary thing with all these characters. So yeah, I've been well aware of Star Fox because he's been pushing this theory on me for quite some time.
Right.
So when it finally happened, he was over the moon. That they made this addition.
Wow. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I feel like Trev had a similar prediction a while ago, didn't you? You thought there'd be like a Nintendo universe or something. Didn't you say something
Yeah,
to that effect?
like the Nintendo Cinematic
Yeah,
Universe,
yeah.
or maybe they're setting up their next, feature will have Star Fox, or maybe it could just be something smaller, like a new Star Fox game or
Mhm.
GameCube Star Fox games on the. I don't know, but it's going to be something. They can't just drop this and then not do anything with it.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think that
yeah.
would be
Yeah.
insulting.
Yeah. Are you surprised they did drop this as opposed to saving it for the movie, like, as a surprise? Do you think?
I am, yeah.
Yeah. It
I
kinda
mean, we're
makes
so close. I mean, why
yeah.
do they need to hype it anymore at this point?
Yeah, I know. I know.
Unless they're saving another surprise, like there's gonna be something even bigger in the movie, who's more popular than Star Fox. I know Star Fox has like a very dedicated fan base, but I think,
Mhm.
a lot of people who are, more moviegoers than gamers wouldn't know who he is.
True, true, true. Yeah, I agree. I had the exact same thought, Kirk, because if they're releasing this information, what else are they saving? Because there's got to be something. They're not giving away everything, right? They just wouldn't. There's got to be a surprise. So yeah, what is that? What is the surprise? Yeah, okay. Well, it's pretty big. It's pretty exciting. At first, when I saw it on social media, I thought it was AI. I thought someone had just made or someone had made it, whatever, photoshopped it. I just thought someone had, like, faked it. So
How many fingers did Star Fox have in the picture?
that's it. But then it was, like, legit because people are reporting on it, and I was taken aback. I'm like, "Oh, this is actually real." Because I
And they've
really
announced the actor now, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think, I can't remember the guy's name, but yeah, he posted something on Instagram with his Fox McCloud jacket or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so so it's real. It's real news. It's not fake news. Yeah, but I thought because of, like, I just thought Nintendo wouldn't announce it this close. But hey, maybe it's part of their marketing because the poster looks really cool. It does look really cool, and I feel like there's a series of these posters, and there's going to be others, and maybe they won't announce until after. Some people will have seen it, of course, but maybe it'll just continue to build hype after the fact, and people will have repeat views, or people who weren't going to see it initially will be even more interested in seeing it. I mean, are they going to have, Samus in it? Are they going to have Kirby? Or is it just one or two characters? And then, like you said, they're setting up because, I think we've talked about this before, particularly maybe Trev. I feel like it was a you thing where we said this is a big movie to go from Mario Brothers to Mario Galaxy.
Yeah,
What could you possibly do next? Right? We've kind of got the answer. Maybe it could be a Smash thing. So makes
and
sense.
the fans are going to go nuts now, being like, "How does Star Fox fit in the Mario timeline?" They're
Yeah.
going to go back and uh,
Yeah. And then we're going to get a link, and then it's going to be like, but is this Link or is the Link from the live action Link? Is that the real Link? Like, which Link is the real Link?
a
Oh, they could get
multiverse.
around that easily, I think, by bringing in like Toon Link or something,
True. True.
who looks so different and is such a different age from the characters in the movie that it would be
Mhm.
easier to separate them.
Yes. Yeah. Just don't bring in the live action version.
Excuse me, princess.
It's like a bed knobs and broomsticks thing now.
Yeah, yes, yes. Yeah, very good. Anything else to add to the Mario Galaxy stuff, the movie stuff, before we move on? I mean, are we
No,
excited? I feel like we're excited, right?
Yeah, yeah, I'm
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to seeing it.
yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah.
excited, and yeah, I hope it works out that we can.
Yeah,
Uh,
hopefully, hopefully. And it's just because my flight is literally on Sunday morning, and it got changed to be earlier as well. I could probably get up early and do it, but I don't know when I do the editing though. That's the only problem. So
yeah,
we'll see.
we'll figure
We'll
something
work
out.
it out during the week. Yeah, let us know, listeners, if you're planning to see this movie. When are you seeing it? Have you got your tickets? I think there's even a check-in thing on the Nintendo Today app. I saw something where you can check in your cinema. I don't know if that's worldwide or just US. I don't know. I haven't checked it because I haven't seen it, obviously. But when I do, I'm going to try it. Yeah, it's all happening this week. We'll talk about it next week. Hopefully, we've all seen it. Well, Kirk won't have, so, but maybe Trev and I will have.
Well, you never know. You
You
never know
never know.
what miracle may happen.
Yeah. Yes. Well, let's move on because Trev, I know you're interested in Tomodachi Life, which is coming out on April the 16th. did you know, and again, I know you're away this week. What a week to be away. There was a demo that dropped during the week for this game. Now, did you get a chance to download it?
I did actually.
Nice. That's good. What did you think?
Um, well, surprisingly, I think it may have cooled me off just a little bit on the game.
Really?
And I'm going to explain why. Because
Okay.
originally I'm like, oh, this is a game I'm going to buy the week it comes out. And now I'm like, maybe I'll take a wait and see approach because I thought that, and I don't know if it's just a demo restriction, but I thought I could just import Mii's like from my friends list because, it lets you create a Mii character, which, I used myself, right? Because it's like, and then I'm like the God talking to myself. It's like, oh,
Mhm.
I have the same birthday. But anyway, when it came time to bring in new characters to the island, because my resident got lonely, I thought I could import my Mii's from my friends list. Sort of like oh, what was the game? In fact, you might have reviewed it on Switch. I did it on 3DS, Miitopia. I don't know if
Mm,
you remember
mhm.
that game.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, oh, maybe I can just import existing Mii's. But no, I had to go and actually recreate them. And I'm like, what? I'm like, was that always the way it was? Maybe that's how it was on the 3DS. I don't know. I never played it. But I don't know if it's just my current frame of mind or, because I was busy catching up on other things. But I didn't want to go through that recreation process when I already had a huge friends list of
Mm.
brilliant looking Mii's. Like I named my island Pure Nintendo Island. I'm like, I'll just import everybody on my friends list who rates for the Meg.
Uh-huh.
But no,
Yeah.
I couldn't do that. And I'm like,
Hmm. That's
so,
interesting.
you know, it is what it is. Gives me
Mhm.
one less virtual mouth to feed because my guy was very hungry. Said, feed me.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but I think I'm going to wait and see when if and when we get a code. I think Kaylin said she wanted to review this. She's a fan, I think. So I'm going to wait and see what she has to say
Mhm.
and maybe learn a little bit more. But that just surprised me. I don't know if you guys checked out the demo, if that surprised you any. Maybe I'm just behind the curve.
I did check out the demo. Did you have a chance to, Kirk? Or was this not something on your radar?
Yeah. Yeah, this isn't a game I'm probably likely to get. Although I will say that the moment I saw the demo was available, I let Sophie know.
Ah, yeah.
And she grabbed it. Yeah, she and I have a deal, in fact, about reviewing games for Pure Nintendo,
Mhm.
and how many she has to contribute before I buy this game for her. So I
Right.
blackmailed her a little bit into it, but yeah, so she got the demo right away and has been sending screen captures of her character, and I think she created one of her moms. So yeah, Trev, she wasn't able to download Tierney's Me.
Mm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I
I
like that policy though that you have
yeah.
in place for
Yeah, yeah, that's a good one.
it's a good policy.
Yeah, I'll have to get my kids into that. Come on, guys, do a review and I'll buy this game for you. Because we need more
Mhm.
reviewers. Um, yeah, I downloaded it. I had fun with it. I did. So I guess yeah, I wasn't able to import me like friends me's like from my friends list. I was able to import me's from Metopia though that were pre-created. So my
Oh,
kids, yeah, my
okay.
kids loved Metopia. I did review that one, and my kids have spent a lot of time playing that. And they created all these crazy me's, like based on our pets, based on just random things that kids create, right? You can just imagine. So I saw all of them there because I went to try to import as well for one of my. You can do 3 me's in the demo. So yeah, I brought one in. I created 2, and I imported one.
Well, that
And
makes me feel a
yeah,
little bit better actually.
yeah, because I was happy
Um,
with that. I didn't think about the friends list though, to be honest, but I didn't see like you guys in the list of me's that I could import. So yeah, I guess it's not friends. It's just me's that you've got created in other games or whatever, other
you
system
know what it
me's.
is too, Gemma?
Mm.
Like back in the day with like Wii, 3DS, and
Hmm.
I basically created every friend I had. I was so meticulous, and I really got into it, and but it was a lot of work, and I just
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
know if I'm losing my creative edge as I age, but I am glad to know that at least it will access Metopia um, on the Switch. I have it on 3DS, so it doesn't help me, but
Yeah, true.
that
Yeah.
does make me feel better at least.
Yeah, that's something for sure. And I mean, the demo, it's not overly long. It's you can create 3 Miis, you sort of level them up, you make 2 of them you have to make friends, you get a clothing shop and a supermarket and do a few things. I mean, I quite liked it. For me, who wasn't particularly interested, it probably made me slightly more interested, but I'm like I was opposite to you, Trev. I wasn't super into it. So, yeah, I had fun with it. I don't know if I would buy the full game. I don't know if that's my thing, but I can certainly see the appeal. Like, it was fun and it was funny. Like, patting them on the head is just weird. Like, why do they like that? They're like little pets.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially when it's your own character.
Yeah.
Like, like,
Yes.
oh,
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, and I do like the Me News. I thought that was kind of funny, especially when there's just one resident reporting the news, and my resident, I just made a crazy character, and he was just, he was reporting the news, he was in the supermarket, like, he was doing all the things because he was the only character, which I found quite amusing. So, it's definitely quirky. I think it'll be fun for people who are interested in it. Yeah. So did Sophie report she sent you the screenshots, did she say she was enjoying it?
No, no, I haven't dug into that with her yet.
Okay. Cool. I think it's good they released a demo for it, and you know straight away, demo, I'm onto it, right, Trev? So another game to add to my list of games this year.
it's only my second demo of the year, so
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm sure
Must be
you get a
my
big leg up on me.
yeah, yes, exactly. Okay, well, let us know, listeners, if you're playing the Tomodachi Life demo, if you're interested in the full game, what you think of it so far. Pokemon Champions is a game we knew was coming out this year. It now has a release date. It's coming out on April the 8th. I don't think we're super invested in this one, but I mean, it's Pokemon, right? So it's probably going to be a big thing. It is free, I believe, this one. This is one of those games that's like
Free to start,
free
right?
to start. Yeah, exactly. So free to start, and I guess you can purchase things in the game. It's all about the battles. So it's very much a different approach to Pokopia, for example, which isn't about the battles at all. And you can build up your party and take on people. I think this one of the things about it that stands out is that it's playable across devices, right? Like I think there's a mobile version and a Switch version, or is it Switch or Switch 2 or both? Must be both, right? I would
Oh, I
say.
don't even know.
That is a good question. Yeah. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see if it's popular and how people go with it. I mean, it's like because it's free to start. I mean, I'll probably download it and try it at least, right? I've got to add to my number of games for the year. This is one way to do it. So yeah, I don't know a whole lot more about it other than that, but it is the release date is happening very soon. April the 8th is only like 2 weeks away, not even. So yeah. Did you guys have anything to say about it? Will you try it,
It's
Trev?
just,
Do you think?
um, I don't know if it's just battling that that doesn't sound all that interesting to me in
Hmm.
isolation. I mean, if it was real time battling, like say Pokken Tournament or something,
Mm-hmm.
maybe I'd be. Which actually, by the way, shout out to that game. I think it's 10 years
Oh
to
yeah.
its release. I think it
Mm-hmm.
was released in March 2016. So happy anniversary or whatever. But yeah, if it was fighting like that, maybe. But I just don't know if this is my sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I was thrown off by the way the guy kept saying Pokemon. Like
Yeah.
it was almost like William Shatner-esque, like the way he was.
Yeah.
And he said it so many times. I wanted to take a drink every time he said it. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. Like if you and others like on the team were playing it, I might check it out just to so I don't feel left out. But
Mm. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
mm,
FOMO. Yeah, I'll probably just try it just so I know what it is and can talk about it. Um, yeah, I don't know if it'll be something I'm super into, but we'll see. I remain optimistic. Yeah, there's this when there's a lot of other games to play, and these types of games. I don't know if it is this type of game, but presumably it's one of those ones where you check in relatively frequently. Uh, yeah, whether or not I have the capacity to do that, I don't know.
they
So
better not punish you if you don't check in
yeah,
because
yeah,
then
yeah,
you'll have to be rated M.
yeah, exactly. Yes. Another announcement that, well, it's not even an announcement. This is a game that they said they're working on for Switch 2. Just worth mentioning because it is a relatively big game on other platforms. Not a super huge surprise, but Marvel Rivals has been at least confirmed that there is a Switch 2 version in the works. So not announced exactly. They didn't come out and say, hey, Switch 2 version is coming out on X date. But this is an interview with IGN to the executive producer asking about Switch 2 version, and they definitely said they are working on it. And they even repeated the question, rephrased it, and they said, yes, we're working on it. So they will announce it when they're ready, but they certainly weren't shy about saying it's happening. They didn't say we can't talk about that or we don't have anything to report just now. They went cagey. They said, yeah, we're working on it. So I think this is another potentially free to play. I don't know if it's free to play, but it's like a battle royale thing, from my understanding, with Marvel characters. So in my head, it's like Star Wars Hunters, but with Marvel. Maybe I don't really know. I know my brother's hugely into it on like Steam or on PC, whatever. So yeah, and he's my much younger brother, so he's cool. So I feel like it's a cool game. So yeah, I think that's a big piece of news. I don't know if you guys are aware of this game or have any opinions on it. Kirk, do you have anything to say about that?
Yeah, I'm aware of it. In fact, let's go back to the Super Bowl real quick, Trev.
Oh, do we
Um,
have to?
before the game, since Chris Pratt was there, one of our players, I think it was Leonard Williams, was talking to Chris Pratt and said, I play Star Lord in Marvel Rivals all the time.
Oh, okay.
And I thought, what a weird interaction that was. Like, he's there to watch this guy win the Super Bowl, and that guy just wants to talk about Star Lord.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not my kind of game. In fact, I'll get it. The only way I will get this is if they make Flash Gordon a playable character.
Oh, is he a Marvel character?
In 1995, there was a very limited run. I think it was only 4 comics illustrated by Al Williamson, where Flash Gordon was published by Marvel. Yeah.
Oh wow, there you go. So it's possible.
No, it's not possible.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. Trevor, you
You're saying
were
there's a 1 in a million chance?
so you're saying there's a chance. So Kirk, your kids aren't into this at all?
Surprisingly not. I would think maybe Sam played it a little bit on something because I know there were a lot of jokes about some of the characters' costumes or lack thereof.
Right.
So
Yeah.
he's at least aware of it enough,
Mhm.
to know that much. But it's not a game he talks about regularly.
Yeah, okay. And Trev, do you have any awareness or opinions?
Not really. I will talk about Marvel a little bit later
Okay.
in
Oh
this show,
yeah, there
but
is something.
um, yeah, no. Now I'm just thinking back to the Super Bowl, so I
Yeah,
gotta
okay.
refocus here. Ugh.
Poor Trev.
I really did have a point to that. I wasn't bringing it up to be mean. I had an anecdote.
I'm just now
Yeah.
healing.
Thank you, guys. Let us know, yeah, like I said, listeners, if you're into Marvel Rivals, if you're excited for a Switch 2 version. I don't know if that's going to be this year. Maybe second half of the year. We'll see. We really don't know a lot about the second half of the year for Switch 2, so there's a lot to hope for and expect, I guess. The last piece of news before we move on to Kirk's Corner is about actually a non-Nintendo system. But what does it mean for Nintendo? The PlayStation 5 price is increasing. Now, who popped this news in? Trev, was it you?
I did,
You
yeah.
did, yes. I thought it might have been you. What can you tell us about this?
If you're a Sony fan and you're not already invested, I think you're going to be feeling it in your old pocketbook there because it's all the systems, the digital PlayStation, the Pro PlayStation, and they're not small increases either. I mean, when you're talking triple digits, it makes me think there's an opening for the Switch 2. Not that the Switch 2 is struggling, obviously, it's off to an amazing start, but maybe the Switch 2 stateside could be like the Switch 2 is in Japan. Because in Japan, the Switch 2 owns the PS5. It's almost caught up to their worldwide, their sales in Japan, even though they've had several years head start. So,
Wow. Yeah.
I think this is real potential for Nintendo if they can avoid increasing their prices. And obviously, Sony was kind of cagey on why they were doing it. We can read
Mm.
between the lines and we kind of get an idea, but um, yeah, I think there's some real potential for Nintendo because PS5 obviously did good stateside during the holidays, but they had some deep Black Friday discounts, which seem like ancient history now when you're talking 100 or 150 more for already expensive systems. So might be a changing of the guard. You got the old hat, and now you have the new thing, and Switch 2, and of course we still have Switch 1. So Nintendo's been doing fine, but I think this
Mhm.
is a real opportunity to kick Sony while they're down, so to speak.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's very interesting, and it is just the US that's being affected by this price hike? That's right, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know. That's all I was thinking about, just because I'm in the
It does
US.
say in the article, it does say it's a US thing, and like you said, it's a vague statement blaming challenging economic environment. So, yes, which, is fair. We are in a challenging economic environment. We all are. But yeah, to put something up by $100 from what is it, 550 to 650? Is that right?
Yeah, and I think
And
the Pro was what 150 more, and that
yeah,
was
from
already what
750 to
700.
900, which is
That's
huge. I can't see Nintendo doing something that drastic. I think if they did put it up, it wouldn't be by that much. And let's hope they don't put it up. Kirk, do you have an opinion on that?
Yeah, I think, but I know when Nintendo announced the price of the Switch 2, a lot of people were upset because it was pretty high. But I feel that Nintendo was already preparing
Mm. Hmm.
for the tariffs and the issues that are causing these price hikes. So I think they're good. Like they were ready to go. Sony is now having trouble making money on the system because of the tariffs. Is my take, and I
Hmm.
could be completely wrong. But so I don't think Nintendo will be moving their price up anytime soon unless things get worse or they don't get better soon enough.
Hmm. That makes sense because, yeah, Nintendo's launch was around the same time that the tariffs were revealed or announced or put into place or something. Like it was similar timing, wasn't it? So Nintendo was
Yeah.
aware of that. So they probably
Yeah,
built
because
that
they,
in.
they like delayed the was it did they delay the announcement of the price or no, they delayed the pre-orders is what it was
Yes.
because yeah,
Yes.
okay.
That's right. Hmm.
They didn't
That makes
reveal the
sense.
price when they first revealed the system because that was a big thing. Like,
No.
how do we not
Yeah.
know this? But they were, like Kirk was
Yeah.
saying, they kind of were getting a sense of how
Hmm.
the global realities were going to shape.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think that makes sense, Kirk. Yeah. Cool. Well, yeah, hopefully it doesn't mean anything. Hopefully that, it will stay stable in the world of Nintendo, but of course we'll see and we'll let our listeners know if we hear of any news, any such news that could affect fans.
We
But
welcome all Sony fans to the Nintendo fold.
yes, of course. Yes, everyone is welcome. Let's
What's that
move
Simpsons meme where they're on the couch? Join us.
Join. Yeah, that's a good one. Thank you. Well, thank you for bringing that to our attention, Trev. Let's move on to Kirk's Corner. Which game do you have for us this week?
Today I have a game that I guess is another in this latest trend of like farming sims that have a dark twist to them. This one is coming to us from NIS America. It's called Village in the Shade. It's known in Japan as Honogarashi no Niwa. I don't know if that means that it's a game that's already out there and they're just now bringing it over. But it's there's a trailer out for it, and it's funny the way they do it in the trailer too, because you watch it and it just seems like another pleasant farming sim, village sim kind of thing. But then at the end, your character is like moving around at dark, and he falls and drops his flashlight, and then you can watch the trailer and see what happens. But that's the only hint that something else is going on. So I don't know a lot about what happens after dark. But
Mm.
yeah, it says that things you're going to have a good time in this village, provided you follow the rules. And those rules involve not going out at dark. So
Mm.
yeah, it looks cute. It comes from Nippon Ichi Software, and it kind of has their kind of a Disque Phantom Brave look to it. With the characters, so fans of Nippon Ichi will feel right at home, at least visually. But yeah, you're farming, you're planting crops, you're customizing your home, you're befriending cast of characters, attending festivals, and what it says here in the press release is discover the truth about Kagatsu. That's the village you're in. Kagatsu at your own risk, or follow the rules and keep from seeing a part of the village you don't want to. So you actually have a choice. You don't have to dig into the dark side of village in the shade. You could just have village and no shade, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. I love that they give you the choice. That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
like real life.
Yeah, exactly.
Stay at home at night, and maybe things won't go wrong for you. I don't know. I guess it depends on where you live. Um, but yeah, there's a limited edition with all kinds of extra. It comes with a CD, an art book. It looks like some collectible metal pins. So yeah, an awful lot going on here, and NIS America always does a really good job with their limited edition packages. It's kind of generally the same approach, but they do give you quite a bit to justify the extra cost. And this game is coming out in the fall of 2026.
Yeah. So a few months to wait, but not too far away. That looks really interesting. Thank you, Kirk. I had not heard of that. Uh, I love the style of it. I think the look, the animation just looks really nice. Like you said, fans of that sort of style, that genre will really appreciate it. Mm. Do you think if you played it, would you go out at night?
Oh yeah, right away.
Yeah. Yeah. And Trev, would you? Would you risk it?
Um, I might, only because th- I feel like this farming life simulation type genre rather has become so populated. I feel like you have to do something different to
Mhm.
make it stand out, and it sounds like that's the different thing, the braving the nighttime. So I think I would, just to experience a fresh take on a subgenre that I think is a little stale for me. So bring on
Yeah.
the night.
Yeah, I would be the same. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
And they're doing a good job too of like tempting you into it because they really offer nothing to say what it is. But like it says here on the website, if you break the code, you may find that something terrifying will happen. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What is it where if I don't break the code, I can live my perfectly happy life in the daytime?
Mhm.
But if I do break it, like now I gotta know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Why are
Yes.
not more people doing this? Yeah.
Yeah, completely agree. Completely agree. They're baiting us. Thank you, Kirk. That's awesome. That brings us to the games that we are playing. We have some time left for that, which is perfect. And we each have two, I think, to talk about. So a nice, robust list. I don't think mine will take too long, but I did want to start off with a bit of a Resident Evil chat, just because did you guys know it was the Resident Evil 30th anniversary recently? Actually, a week ago, as the date of recording, 22nd
I
of
think I
March.
did, yeah.
Yeah, 30th anniversary. So that's cool. And, we've been talking about Resident Evil a little bit lately because I reviewed Resident Evil 7 and Kirk reviewed Resident Evil 8 Village. We've been talking about Requiem because that was the new one that came out at the same time at the end of February. And I did buy it. So I did. I actually bought the package. So there's a really good deal. I don't know. I assume this is also in the US, but there's a really good deal. You can get all three of those games, 7, 8, and 9, for a pretty good bundled price on the eShop, right? I don't think there's a physical version because I checked at EB and I couldn't see anything. But digitally, you can download all three and you save like hundreds. It's or something. It's just ridiculous. It's a really good price. I had already obviously played and I own number 7, and it was still better value for me to get the bundle to get 8 and 9. So I did
Hmm.
it. I still saved like, I don't know, $30 or $40. So yeah, so I've been playing 8 and 9 actually. Mostly 9. Harrison, my son, he's quite into Resident Evil now, thanks to me reviewing number 7. He went and finished Village, Kirk. So
Okay.
I watched him.
Oh, so
So
you know how it ends now and
yes, there's a
what? Yeah,
huge crazy twist.
yeah, there sure is.
I cannot believe the ending. I'm just like, what? What? I feel so sorry for the characters. And I'm thinking when you played it though, you would you go back and play 7 because it's kind of spoiler central for 7, right? So
Yeah, I don't think I would.
yeah.
Well, I don't know. Generally, I don't mind spoilers. I mean, if the story's told well enough and
Mhm.
we can get to an ending that I know is happening if we get there in a logical way.
Mhm.
So maybe I would. I mean, I enjoyed Village enough to I think dig into the other two, but
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I thought it was great. The atmosphere was really good. It sort of started it's a bit like 7 in a way. I mean, the story obviously continues straight from the end of 7, but in terms of the gameplay, like, you are very much in survival mode at the beginning, and then you kind of power up. Like, you get
yeah.
crazy weapons at the end, which is a bit similar. Even more so, though, in 8, I think, than 7. And Resident Evil, 9, which is called Requiem. They don't have the 9 in the name, do they? It's just Resident Evil Requiem. But anyway, this one, as we probably know, it does bounce between two characters, Grace Ashcroft and the dude Leon. Is it Leon? Yeah, he's the other agent. And they kind of, what we've done with Ethan in the previous two games was we saw him stealth mode at the beginning where he didn't have many weapons, and then at the end he's kind of overpowered. In this one, it's kind of like they split those two personalities into two distinct people, where Grace is pretty underpowered and only has like a flashlight, and then Leon, he's got weapons and he's kind of able to go to town on a lot of monsters. So very different gameplay styles for the two characters, and they even emphasize that by showing by you can change this, but they recommend Grace is played in first player mode, like first person perspective, and Leon is played in a third person perspective. You can change and you can do both in either mode, which is great. But I just chose the default settings there for the immersive experience. And yeah, it starts off just in a similar way where it's very creepy. Grace is going through an old hotel and trying to find clues, and there's noises and things are bumping in the night, and it's brilliant. It's scary. It's great. So I think I said when I talked about 7 a few weeks ago, like, I am a convert. I never didn't like Resident Evil, but now I really like Resident Evil because I hadn't really given it proper time before. But it is great. It's a great game. I really wanted to play Requiem because I just thought it might end up being in my top 10 of the year, maybe. Like, 7 is probably too, because it's a port. I didn't want to rely on that to be in my top 10. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm really enjoying Requiem. I'm pretty early into it at the moment, but graphically it looks really good. I mean, so does 7 and 8, but I think 9 just looks beautiful. Like, there's lots of cutscenes. It feels like a movie. It really does. It feels like a really polished film that you're enjoying on your Switch too. So really impressed with that. I do like the character of Grace. She's not really this gung ho FBI agent. She's an FBI agent, but she's like a technical analyst or something. And then her boss sends her into this hotel where conveniently her mother was murdered like 8 years ago. And so you're thinking, why are you making her do this? This is trauma, right?
That's insensitive.
Yeah. And also, they send her on her own. There's been 5 murders in this building, and they're sending this tech analyst to do some
Yeah.
scouting. And it's like, what?
Are the lights out too?
Yes.
Does she have to use a
Yes.
flash? Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. They're setting her up to fail, honestly. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Come on, FBI.
They're really under resourced. They cannot spare a partner for her to go and help her out. Yeah. So I will keep playing that one. I just thought I'd mention, thanks to the anniversary and just one game that had been on my radar, really had wanted to play this since I played 7 and finally have got a chance to. So yeah, I'll continue with that. But let's move on because we've got a lot of other games to talk about. Let's move on to Kirk and see what you're playing this week.
Well, I think I've had a flip from the string of games I've been reviewing lately, such as Fallout 4 and Resident Evil 8. Now I'm going more towards the smaller indie games this week, and we're
Cool.
starting with Living Dead House, which doesn't sound like a small indie game, but it comes to us from Flynn's Arcade. It was published by them. This is the company that they make like 80s video games that weren't 80s video games, new games that easily could have fit into the arcade next to your favorites. And this one is kind of like let's say the final level of Donkey Kong or like Burger Time. You're in a house, it's nighttime, zombies are attacking you, and you're just running up and down ladders as you do in houses, I guess, picking up weapons and defending yourself. And the twist here is that you need to just stay alive until daytime. So it's like a countdown, like 2 minutes, 90 seconds. I don't think I ever actually saw. Like at the beginning, I'm not watching the time, but then as things are getting crazy, I'm like, okay, how much time is left? How much what do I got?
10 a.m.
Oh, there's
10
So,
a.m.
I
There's so
should be
much
trying
time
to get to
left.
10 a.m. because then
yes.
you're safe.
Yeah. Thank you, Talking Flower.
But weapons will appear randomly. Like you can pick up a gun and you get one shot with it. You can pick up an axe and you can swing it once. There are like you can trip electrical shocks, but you're basically just running around, like I say, Donkey Kong style, trying to kill or avoid the zombies until daylight, and then the level ends and you advance to the next, and then you do it again. And they change it, and the layout becomes a little more complicated. But yeah, that's about it. You can't jump over them.
You
If
can?
they touch you once, you're dead.
Do you say you can
So
jump over them or you
you
can't?
cannot.
Okay.
You cannot.
Right.
But you also can like fall from the second floor to the first without taking damage. So
That's good.
you're at least a sturdy fella.
Yeah.
Uh, But yeah, that's really what it is. Just running around and trying to stay alive.
That sounds pretty fun, actually. I like that. I the fact that he can pick up an axe and only use it once reminds me of Resident Evil, where you can only pick up like a lockpick or a key and you use it once and then you leave it in the door. It's like, well, I might need that. Like, can I use that again later? Like, why can't I take it with me? Yeah.
There is a bear trap that you can set, and that will kill a couple people,
Mhm.
which makes no sense because literally once a bear trap goes off, it's done until you reset it. So it's the opposite of what you would expect from an axe or a gun.
Yeah.
Then you start to figure things out like, well, if I get the bear trap, I'm going to put it next to the window where the zombies keep popping out from because they'll just pop out and die right away.
True.
Uh, so, you figure things out after a while and keep going as long as you can.
Looks like there's a flamethrower as well. It's
Oh,
pretty
I haven't reached that part yet.
Yeah,
I
and the
haven't gotten a
screenshots.
flamethrower.
That's maybe level 2, 4 by the look of the screenshot. How many levels are there? Do we know?
I don't know. I've made it to level 1-4.
Okay, cool.
So I got a ways to go yet.
And do you have two? Is it 2 players or 1 player?
It's 1 player. You do get 3 continues after you die if you want to keep going, or after you lose all your lives. And there's an easy mode that I haven't tried: easy, normal, and hard. So maybe I'll flip over to easy so I could push further along. But,
Yeah.
one thing I like about it too is that the characters don't move too fast. Like you're mainly walking, and the enemies aren't moving all much faster. So it's kind of easy to control. You're not like missing the ladder when you need to hit it.
Yeah. It looks kind of fun.
Are
It's
you
only
sure
$4.99, right? Sorry, Trev.
Oh, I apologize. Are you sure it's 1 player? Because I was looking at the listing on Nintendo's site, and it says solo or team up with a friend.
Okay, I thought that the 2-player option was you just took turns. But now that so I haven't tried it. I will take a look.
Yeah, it could be 2 people in the screenshots here. Yeah.
Yeah, compete on leaderboards for and there are different leaderboards for 1 or 2 players. So
Or maybe it's even
you're right.
something you have to unlock. Sometimes games will let you do the first level or 2 solo, and then you can enable.
Hopefully you
Well, I'll make
can't hurt each other, right? That would be bad.
I will find out before the review is done. If I can hurt the other person playing with me, because that's not going to go over well in this family.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you, Kirk. I think it looks really fun. Nice little indie game there.
And it's only $5.
Yeah, super cheap. That's a good one. Trev, what are you playing?
So I mentioned earlier when you were talking about Marvel Rivals that I would be talking about Marvel later, and this is the Marvel Maximum Collection, which actually at the time we're recording just released yesterday, but I only was able to just start it because I've been away. And this is a collection of various older games spread across multiple systems, and I'm a sucker for collections like this. And this one is a nice mixture of games I played as a kid and games I wished I played as a kid. And it's not just multiple systems from the arcade to 8-bit, 16-bit handheld, but even multiple genres. They have beat 'em ups, platformer, shooter, and it's got all those typical things that collections like this have, that we can even take for granted sometimes. But you can enable cheats. You can do save states, right? So you can return at any point. Um, there's extras like screen size and borders and filters. So it seems well done from what I've played, and there's a lot of games in here too. So I've only been able to check out a bit. But if you're a Marvel fan, um, and I stress Marvel fan, not an MCU fan, right? Because these are all Marvel games from like the early mid '90s. Then this is a collection you might have already grabbed. But if you haven't, if you're waiting to hear more, do stay tuned as I go through all these games with a mix of nostalgia and modern day kind of skepticism, I guess.
Yeah, a healthy dose of skepticism. There's 13 games in there, right? 13 is it's quite
Probably,
a
I
few.
think there's 7 main, but there's a lot of variants between
Okay.
them.
Yeah.
It's not just like there is like Super Nintendo and Genesis, which can be minor, but there's whole other systems. Even like the Sega Game Gear, right? They don't call it by names for whatever reasons. They just refer to them as portable or 8-bit. But yeah, there's some real good variety in here.
Mm-hmm.
And immediately I went to the games I remembered because check that nostalgia box. But I am curious to check out a lot of these games that I remember just from seeing on the shelf, and I never actually played.
Yeah, that's so funny. I was playing one of these games yesterday at an arcade, like an old arcade game.
Oh,
Of this,
nice.
yeah, I think it was Captain America and the Avengers, the side-scrolling one that's kind of like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles style, where you,
Yeah,
yeah, Hayden and I were playing it. Yeah, just yesterday. So that's cool.
that's awesome.
Yeah, yeah, it brought back memories. It was so weird because we had that arcade at school briefly. Like, why would you have an arcade machine at school? But it was there. I don't know how that happened.
Where'd you go to school? That's awesome.
I know, I know. I don't know how that happened or how long it lasted, but briefly there was an arcade machine, and I'm like, I don't think that's a thing anymore. So
I feel like I would have got better grades if we had,
yeah, and
like,
everyone
they could
crowded
reward
around
you.
at lunchtime to watch people play it. So yeah,
Yeah. Like if you get a good mark, you get to, 15 minutes on the arcade machine or
yeah,
something.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Yes.
And if it made you late for class, was that accepted?
No,
Like I was in the middle of a boss battle. When
I
the
had
bell went
to.
off, I
Yeah,
had to finish it.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, you gotta allow for that, right? Like, you can't just put that there and then not let people finish the boss battle. Like, seriously.
Yes.
Actually, I think not in grade school or high school, but I think my college had some arcade machines in the cafeteria, believe it or not, if I'm
Oh, yeah.
remembering right.
Hmm.
Um, but nothing. Well, what they have, I can't even remember now. Older games,
Yeah,
but that's awesome.
yeah, it's pretty cool. Well, thank you for that, Trev. We look forward to your full thoughts. I guess if listeners have a favorite in the Marvel Collection series or a game they remember, let us know. Yeah. I'll just give a quick update on another game. I've already posted the review for this, but I did mention it. Was it last week? Vampire Therapist?
Yes.
Yes, because I was having trouble playing it. And I had a lot of trouble playing it again. So unfortunately, it's not a very positive review, and I hope they do patch it. But I did play it on the Switch. This is the game that does not work on Switch 2. Just doesn't work. And it says that on the eShop, so it's not a bug exactly, but it is a thing they really need to fix. I did play it on the Switch 1, and I was enjoying it because it's actually got a good reputation. It's actually a well-received game on Steam. And I was looking forward to playing it. I got through the first kind of little bit. It's a visual novel, and then suddenly it just wouldn't let me proceed. It's kind of like you're listening to these vampires talk. You have to choose a response as the therapist. You have to choose your response based on what they've said, and it fits into these categories. And it doesn't give you enough time to choose it. It either keeps talking and then you miss the opportunity to choose it, or you choose it and it's the wrong one and you have to listen to the whole thing again. But it wouldn't let me choose the right one. It was really frustrating. And unfortunately, I got to the point where, eventually I would just choose them randomly and I would be able to move on. But I got to one point where I just could not move on. I kept choosing different ones. It wouldn't let me choose them. And I couldn't go any further. And I'm just like, this is basically broken. Like, this is no good. This is terrible. So I'm really disappointed with that. And I hope they do fix it. And yeah, that's kind of it. It was just my update there. It does give you some, visual novels give you some settings where you can control the speed of the text and stuff like that. It does have that, so you can slow it down, but the text doesn't even pause when you're in the menu. So even when you bring up the menu to change the speed, like the pause menu, it doesn't pause. It keeps talking in the background, and so you miss it
Oh,
while
that's
you're
sloppy.
while you're adjusting the settings. Like, what? How is that a thing? I think this is just a really bad port, honestly. I think the game itself might be fine, but terrible, terrible version on the Switch, unfortunately. So check out my review if you want my full thoughts on that. I tried
I
to
did
say
like your pun, Gemma, where you said you were sucked into the world of vampire literature in your youth.
yeah.
I don't know if you meant it as a pun, but I liked it.
I don't think I did actually.
Oh,
There you go.
you were sucked into the world.
I do like vampires. I quite like the vampire lore. So I was looking forward to this one. I like a good visual novel. Yeah. And like I said, it had a good reputation, so I was quite excited. Sadly, just a bad port. If they fix it, it might be better. But yeah, it really needs to be fixed. It really needs to be fixed. Visual novels should not be broken like this. Like I feel like they're one of the easiest genres to work with, right? It's not very actiony. There's not a whole lot of movement. You need the background screens. I did say in my review the voice acting was pretty good. Like, it's all voice acted. Great, really good. A lot of famous names in there actually who voice other games, but yeah, that didn't make up for the fact that it's virtually unplayable. So yeah, that's a bit sad. So hopefully we have better games to talk about after that, so we can end on a high. Because we have one more from Kirk and one more from Trev. What have you got for us, Kirk?
I've got a weird little game. And when I say little, I'm assuming it's going to get bigger. This game is called Shinanomi Abyss, The Maiden Exorcist.
Mm.
And it's one of those games where I got the press release for it and was looking at it. And the more I looked at it, the more I thought, I have no idea what this game even really is. I got to find out. So I did. And it's very it's called a tactical roguelike horror game. You play a character who she has a missing brother, a missing Onmyoji brother. I don't know exactly what that is, but that's what they keep referring to them as. She's a shrine maiden, and she is going into these houses or mansions that are haunted by vengeful spirits, and it's a room by room puzzle game, more or less, where you kind of go into a room and most of them nothing's going to happen. Some of them have monsters in them and you can hear them, so you can kind of tell, I think, I got to play it with headphones on instead of my TV, like which room the noises are coming from, and depending on what's in there you have to defend yourself and kill it, um, in a very specific way. Like there's this floating ghost head kind of thing where you can't really shoot it. You do have a gun with limited bullets. You need to like get it to a lantern, and then it will like light up the room for you. It's just like drawn into it, and it becomes the light in the lantern, and now you can see. There are oni that will come charging at you. The gun's not going to be enough to get them, so you have to set a bear trap. Again, with the bear traps.
Yeah, the theme.
Like in one really clever one, they're like, and this was in the first level, so it kind of tells you what to do. But you can hear that there are multiple wraiths in the room above you, and you're not equipped to fight them. So you go into the room to the side of where you are, and then you go up one, and there's no floor. It's just like a bunch of spikes at the bottom. So then you can call out. They hear you, come through the door, and then they fall down onto the spikes, and you've eliminated them that way.
Wow.
It's really clever. There are three ways to play it. The only way I've played it so far is what they call Harai mode, where it's a fixed map, and you basically just need to figure out with the tools that I've been given, how do I get to the end, either by avoiding the ghosts or killing the ghosts along the way. There's Misogi mode, where it's now we're in a randomly generated maps. So there's not a set pattern. You can't find a walkthrough. You're just going to have to, put your knowledge to the test and see if you can get through. But that one's called a more casual experience because there's also Gyoi. I can't pronounce that one. I'm sorry. Um, which is the same thing except it's hardcore. So it's really going to focus on the survival aspects of it. It's a very slowly paced game because when you're in a room, they're not going to come through the door unless you give them cause to. You just need to figure out what you're going to do once you get through the door, while the ghosts are there, and you can like back up and get them to follow you. It's really weird, not like anything I've played before, and I'm quite enjoying it so far.
Yeah, it looks very different. I love
Yeah.
the top down look of it because it's like it's very top down, isn't it? It's not like isometric.
Yes.
It's like you're
Yeah.
looking right down on it, which is cool. Yeah, and it just came out. Was it the 26th? So it just came out last
Yes.
week. Looks like it's
Yeah.
on sale, 10% off at the moment until the 8th of April. So you get a little discount if you like the sound of what Kirk's describing.
Yep.
It certainly does look
You have a
interesting.
very limited inventory, so a lot of times you will find like you can pick up rice balls, for example, for health, but maybe then you don't. You're gonna have to drop your gun to get that. It's glorious when you find like a new backpack and you can pick that up, and that will expand your inventory by one.
Nice.
So there's also an inventory management approach to this. Just an awful lot going on, and to think about it, it's very much a I don't want to call it a think about it kind of game. What's the official term for something like that? Your
Just
strategy.
yeah.
It's definitely strategy based, and you have time to consider your moves as opposed to running for your life, which you do sometimes. But
yeah. Yeah, it looks neat. And it's not that expensive anyway at the start, is it? It's $14.99. It's not too bad.
yeah.
It's not Switch 2. Like, it is compatible, it says, with Switch 2. I'm going to check that all the time now. But it's
Good idea.
it's not a specific Switch 2 version, though. It's just Switch and Switch 2. Like, it's compatible with both, which is good. So, yeah.
And I will give one warning if anybody goes to play this, because I have never seen this before. When I downloaded the game, it had the wrong title and icon.
Oh, that's weird.
Wait,
But when I
what?
played it, it's the correct game. I mean, it still has the girl in it, but the title, both within the icon and above it, is it's not the game that I downloaded. I thought, did I get like an earlier version? Did I
Oh.
grab the wrong thing on accident? But no, it's this. I hope they fix that before too long.
Yeah, that's interesting.
That's
Never seen that
weird.
before. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, maybe it's like you said, an old version they uploaded before they changed it. Oh, I don't know.
God.
That's bizarre.
Yeah.
Very bizarre. Thank you, Kirk. That's a really good one. I like that one. I think listeners, let us know if you've heard of it because it seems pretty obscure, but maybe Kirk will have shown you something new to try. Yeah. Let's move on back to Trev for one more game from you. What else are you playing this week?
So I'm playing a game called Tears Revolude. I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce it.
Revolude looks right, I guess. Sounds right.
Revolude.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah. It's a Kemco published one. Kemco is generous with Pure Nintendo, even though we do have mixed feelings on their output. But I took this one. It had been about 6 months since I did a review of a Kemco published game, and but we've had several since then from Rachel and Kirk, and it just kind of illustrates the output that Kemco has, where we can have basically a review every 6 weeks or whatever. Of course, they are the publisher. They work with different developers. This one's done by a company called Worldwide Software, which also did Legend of Ixtona. Here's another game I'm probably not pronouncing right. Kirk reviewed that a while back. Anyway, believe it or not, the main thing that made me bite the bullet with this one was the story, which is may sound funny if you're familiar with these type of games, but this one, the premise was you're on a quest looking for the final works of a famous artist. It's not dealing with the cliche like where the world's ending due to a great big, giant war or some kind of magical threat that's going to destroy the world. It's an art quest. So I'm like, that's interesting. That's unique. I'm going to check it out. What's not unique is having one of the characters being have no memory, right? They're suffering from amnesia. That's a Chemco staple. Uh, not exaggerating when I say there's probably a couple dozen games, RPG games from them that have a character with amnesia. I don't know why they always fall on that crutch, but whatever. This one's isometric. You can actually change the camera, which is cool, but you probably want to stay with the default view. Otherwise, the controls feel weird. It's very much, it's like playing Qbert almost. Like I'm hitting a certain way and I'm like, wait, no. So, um, but yeah, you can fiddle with that. One thing I like, and I rarely have seen this in games, is they have a little window where you can actually see in advance. So you might be able to see upcoming enemies or chests, even if you can't actually see it on the map.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know if I'm explaining it well, and it's not a big thing gameplay wise because it is kind of minor, but it's just unique, and I like it because it's not the sort of thing I see a lot of. Um, One other thing that's unique about this one is the weapons. You're not replacing them constantly. Like you get to a new town and you buy the next weapon and so forth. You have your one weapon that you're constantly upgrading, which I really like, and you can outfit it with different skills and stuff. So it seems to have some unique elements in spite of the amnesiac companion that you're with.
Hmm.
And yeah, stay tuned for more.
Cool. Like the sound of it. Is it like a first person? Are the battles in first person, but the exploration is like top down?
The
What?
battles are in first person, which is something it's not as common as seeing your party, but
Hmm.
I've played games like that before from them,
Yeah. Okay.
and
Hmm.
that's fine. And yeah, outside of battle is you're a character on the isometric, dungeon,
Mm.
and you don't really there's not really a world map per se. You basically go from dungeon, and then there's like a list of locations, and you click it, and you're right there. So you're not traveling in the overworld to grind or anything like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
Hmm.
for better or worse, I can
Mm.
take it or leave it sometimes.
Yeah. That sounds pretty neat too. What a kind of interesting collection of games this week. I think. I think that was really neat. Thank you very much, Trev. Did you guys have anything else to add before we do close things off for the week? Nope, that one was on special too. I should have said sorry, Trev, and it's not out yet. By the way, actually, did we say the
Oh
release
yeah,
date? It's the April the
It-
9th, I think.
yeah.
Yeah,
was it 10%? I think they usually do that
yeah. So
if
it's
you
nineteen
pre-order it.
ninety nine, but you can get it discount if you pre-order it. The sale looks like it lasts a week
Is
after it
it? Huh?
releases.
I thought they were
Hmm.
usually 14.99.
Yeah, this one's
Yes.
19. Yeah,
And
interestingly.
tariffs hitting them too, maybe.
Maybe, yeah, exactly. Well, thank you very much. We've got our magazine. I just wanted to quickly touch on that before we do go. I normally do mention it at the end anyway, but I wondered if Kirk had a quick update for us on the printing side of things.
Yes, we are going to print.
Nice. Awesome. So if you're a
Yeah.
subscriber through Patreon, you will be getting that in your mailbox soon. I have an update from my side also. I have found a place that in Brisbane you could buy the magazine if you wanted to. So I've managed to find a comic book shop in Albion. It's called Comic Book Cafe. And they are going to stock a few for us. And if you're in the area, if you're in Brisbane and you wanted to buy a Pure Nintendo magazine, you could pop into the Comic Book Cafe and purchase one. So thank you to Lawrence and the team at Comic Book Cafe. I think that's really neat. That was a surprise
Oh,
for you
that's
guys too.
awesome.
Yeah. So I've just met the dudes yesterday, and yeah, they were really excited. So thank you very much. So that's good because I've been trying to get it to Australians somehow, and it says only Brisbane, I know, but for now at least, if you're in Brisbane, head to Comic Book Cafe. If you're in Australia and you do want a copy, maybe just DM us on Instagram or Blue Sky, and I'll see if I can help you out with that while we set up something more structured online. But for now, at least, if you're keen, please do let us know. If you're in the US or Canada, you can subscribe via patreon.com/pure Nintendo. So head on over to there and you'll get onto the mailing list for the next issue, which will come out around June as it's a quarterly publication. But yes, thank you so much, Kirk, for handling the US side of things over there. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you both for joining me this week. If you did want to follow us, like I said, we are on social media. We are on Instagram and Blue Sky, so please follow us over there and see what we're up to. You can check out our website for all our reviews and news. Let us know what you enjoy playing this week, which games you liked hearing about on the show. Thank you very much for listening, and until next week, game on, everybody. Bye.
See ya.